Since the year 2000, I've been helping homeowners make their kitchen dreams a reality. The thing is, at the start, I was really bad at it, but over the years, I've learned so many valuable insights that make this process a lot easier. These will save you time and money even if you have zero experience renovating. Many years ago, I would design kitchens with the end goal of having them look really nice. And who doesn't want to walk into a beautiful kitchen every day or show off their kitchen to their family and friends? I figured this was the best approach if I wanted to sell kitchens for a living, make the homeowners drool over the 3D renderings with the notion that this could all be theirs. And this worked okay until one day I had a client with a little bit of concern ask me,
"Mark, where are all my pots going to be stored? And what about all my spices? I have lots of spices, plus I like buying things in bulk, so I need some more storage, and blah, 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 blah."
Sorry, client. I'm glad they called me out and started asking these questions because it led me to one of the most important areas of design that I needed to learn. Function comes first. I was so caught up in impressing them with my design skills that I forgot that their kitchen actually needed to work for them. This means proper appliance selection and placement and ample countertop areas such as prep space and landing space and serving space, the use of proper accessories to make cabinets easier to use, plus efficiency measures for workspaces, walkthroughs, and seating areas. The sooner you prioritize this for your kitchen, the better off you're going to be, not only at the end of the project, but also during, because you have an intentional goal that steers the renovation. Function first became my design mantra from then on, and it led me to an obvious discovery. Here I was designing kitchens with a new fire under me. Function first. But I had a problem. I was designing kitchens with Lazy Susans and over-the-range microwaves. Mark, what's wrong with a Lazy Susan or an OTR? Well, everything. Or nothing. You see, it wasn't the Lazy Susan or the OTR that were the problem. It was that I thought those things were the answer to the question, what is function? And this led me to include these items in every design that I did. It was so easy. I didn't have to think about it. I was the best designer in the world. Until I had someone come along one day who hated Lazy Susans and had no use for an OTR. Who are these people? Didn't they understand that they needed function in their kitchen? So I learned something very important. Every kitchen is unique. This shaped my design approach drastically. Function isn't what I think it is. Function is what actually works for the homeowner. Every homeowner is different. Every kitchen space is different. It's like a snowflake. What works in one kitchen might not work in another due to the size, the layout, the individual preferences. Customization based on homeowners' habits and needs is critical. Some questions that you should be asking to make sure that your kitchen is designed well are as follows. What types of meals do I prepare most often? Understanding whether you primarily cook simple meals, bake, or entertain can help determine the necessary appliances and layout. How many people will regularly be using this kitchen? Consider the size of your household or if you frequently host gatherings, as this affects the need for space, seating, and appliances as well. What are my favorite kitchen tools and gadgets? Identifying your must-have items can guide decisions about storage and workspace to ensure easy access to the tools you use the most. Do I prefer an open concept space or a more enclosed kitchen? Reflecting on your lifestyle and social preferences can influence the overall design and flow of the kitchen. What specific challenges do I face in my current kitchen? Pinpointing issues like lack of counter space, inadequate storage, poor lighting, can help prioritize features in your new design. The perfect kitchen is this Venn diagram of individual preferences and the limitations of the space. It's actually not obvious to many homeowners that their space is unique. They might look at their kitchen as boring or drab or awkward. But once you realize that your kitchen and the way you use it is unique to you, it helps you see the potential of your kitchen layout so you can design it in such a way that fits your needs. This saves so much time during the design phase because it's a more intentional approach. So I've nailed the function problem and now approach every kitchen and every client like the special snowflakes that they are, which taught me my next very valuable lesson. Get 20 years of kitchen design advice delivered straight to your inbox. There's a link in the description below. While every little snowflake is different, they all have a common issue. For the actual snowflake, that issue is they're going to melt. But for the kitchen, it's something different. Storage is always a challenge no matter how unique the client or the space is. I've seen this in small to large spaces. It's the number one complaint I hear from homeowners about their kitchens. You likely have this issue as well in your kitchen, and if you don't, you are doing better than most people. Because one thing we all have is stuff. The problem with stuff is that it's easy to get, hard to get rid of. Meaning that when it comes to our kitchens, that stuff has to be stored. And storage or lack thereof is a big part of the kitchen puzzle. I already mentioned that your kitchen is unique and the way you use it is personal, meaning there's no cookie-cutter solution for storage. So you need to get creative when it comes to maximizing the areas of your kitchen that are dedicated to storage, and even some of the areas that are not. I think the biggest bit of advice I've learned when it comes to storage is the dreaded idea of decluttering and organizing your cabinets. This one task alone can drastically increase your storage capacity. Here's a few tips on helping you declutter your kitchen. One in, one out rule. For every new item that you bring into the kitchen, such as a new gadget or an appliance, remove an existing item. This helps prevent accumulation and encourages mindful purchasing. Categorize and group items. Sort kitchen items into categories such as cooking utensils, baking supplies, small appliances. This visual organization makes it easier to see what you have and identify duplicates or unused items. Set a timer for quick decluttering sessions. Dedicate 10 to 15 minutes each week to declutter a specific area of your kitchen, like a part of a pantry or a drawer cabinet. Short sessions can make the process less overwhelming and lead to a consistent progress. Use the 4-box method. Label 4 boxes: keep, donate, trash, or relocate. And as you go through the items, place each one in one of the boxes. This method simplifies decision making and encourages action on items you no longer need. Assess and adjust seasonally. Every few months, review your kitchen items. Check if seasonal items like holiday dishes or summer grilling tools are being used and whether they can be donated or stored away to free up space. Now, not only will this save you a bunch of money, but it will make your kitchen feel better. But the biggest way to save money and time during a kitchen renovation journey is something that I was not very good at in the early days. The process of renovating is complicated. There's a lot of moving parts. It's very easy to miss something or have something overlooked during the process. And this is to be expected. However, there's lots of things that shouldn't get overlooked, but because of poor planning and communication, do. The more you can communicate with your designer, your contractor, cabinet maker, whoever, the better. Bug the living daylights out of them. Make sure that you cover every inch of that kitchen. Here are some questions that you should be asking your contractor or your designer. What is the timeline of this project? Understanding the expected duration of each phase helps homeowners plan accordingly and manage their expectations. How will you handle unexpected issues that arise? Because they're gonna. This question prepares you for the potential surprises and ensures that you understand the contractor's process for problem solving. Can you provide detailed breakdown of costs? Requesting a detailed estimate helps you avoid hidden costs later on and allows you to budget effectively. What's the best way to communicate with you during the project? Establishing a clear communication plan ensures that updates and decisions are shared efficiently throughout the renovation process. And how do you handle changes or modifications to the original plan? Understanding the process for making adjustments helps you know how flexible you can be and what the implications might be for the costs and the timeline. Now, I've seen a lot over the years. I once ordered a kitchen for a client and the manufacturer accidentally sent it to a different city. An 8-hour ferry followed by a 10-hour drive one way, and you probably won't believe this, but it was already a week late and the client was already upset. Oh, how I enjoyed telling them the good news, and oh, how they enjoyed hearing it. On another occasion, I remember getting an image text from my installer. The cabinets were set to arrive on site and be installed. This is a very exciting day for the homeowner, one that they've been waiting for a long time. So an image text likely meant that something was damaged, which isn't really a big deal. It's pretty common, and I'm sure we can just have a new one ordered or fix it. Probably a scratch on a door or a broken toe kick, just simple stuff. But no, my own delivery guys forgot to strap the cabinets in the truck and they had fallen all over the place and smashed to pieces. 5 or 6 cabinets needed to be reordered and the installation was postponed. Another happy customer. Then I remember getting a call one day, which I came to dread because that usually meant there was a problem. There's a section of cabinets here that doesn't fit. Ugh, what did the cabinet shop mess up this time? I checked all my notes. Nope, everything was perfect. I ordered everything correctly. When I visited the site and started measuring to see what the problem actually was, I realized that I had measured it wrong in the first place and it was doomed to fail from the start. And because that was my mistake, that really hurt. I hope you see the common thread. The lesson here is very simple to learn. Expect the unexpected. These are things beyond your control as the homeowner. There is nothing that those 3 clients could have done to make it go any smoother. But there are things that you can do and should do to plan for this. One is to establish a contingency budget. Set aside 10 to 20% of your total budget for unexpected expenses. This cushion can cover unforeseen costs like additional repairs or changes in materials. Create a detailed timeline. Outline a realistic timeline for each phase of the project. Factor in potential delays and communicate this timeline with your contractor to manage expectations. Conduct some thorough research. Research materials, appliances, and contractors ahead of time. Having a clear understanding of your options and costs can help prevent last-minute decisions that might lead to mistakes. Organize key documentation. Keep all contracts, warranties, receipts in one place. Having easy access to important documents can help streamline communication and problem solving when issues arise. And prepare for temporary disruptions. Plan how you'll manage meals and daily activities during the renovation. Consider setting up a temporary kitchen, using a slow cooker or a microwave to make mealtime easier. Now, thankfully, those instances I mentioned were not the norm, but even little issues can sometimes derail a project, or at least cause some delay and money. And I wish there was a way around this, but the truth is there just isn't. Be as intentional as you can in the planning and communication. Follow this advice, and when things happen, you'd have to learn to roll with it. I've learned some very practical tips over the years designing kitchens. I share 50 of them on this video, so if you're thinking about designing a kitchen, you're not going to want to miss it.